Hello everyone, welcome to CAD Builder version 2.0.2. This update brings many fixes and some improvements. Let's see what's new. We'll once again begin with the design module. If you look to the room settings, you will see three new fields with lighting values. You have light dispersion, room light intensity, and floor glossiness. Now you can use the sliders to manipulate these, or you can type in the value directly into the field. The default values for these, whenever you start a new design, are set within the application settings, specifically under the design module. And so you can change the default from here or have it reset to some recommended lighting settings. The shape editor also has a new lock angle feature. So if you're drawing a countertop, door profile, cabinet perimeter, or anywhere else the menu appears, you can select the line segment to check on lock angle. So I'll take in this user shape and I'll click on shape. And I'll click on line segment, and here is the lock angle checkbox. And this keeps the direction of the line despite making any changes to any of its coordinates or any of the attached segments. So for example, if I take this and change its coordinates, make a point a little bit to the top left at a -66 degree, and I lock the angle and I change the start point X, the start point Y will also change along with it to maintain this direction. And you can do the same with connected segments as well. So if I take this line segment here and I change its lock angle to be checked on, and I take the third line segment and change its start point X, that will shift both of these line segments and their coordinates to maintain the same direction and therefore the same relative angle between them. And this can be very useful when you get stuck in some very tricky shapes where you're trying to get, for instance, a 90-degree angle in a specific side of a cabinet, but you're not quite sure what the other angles should be. You wouldn't have to make so many calculations to make that shape work if you just lock the angle wherever it is required. The 3D Go menu has also seen some improvements. So if you go to your 3D Go within your 3D window, you can see that the text has been split into three fields. You have the header, the body, and the footer. And the links will appear after the body section. You can see how this message will appear by clicking the preview button at the bottom of the menu. And so once you send it out as an email or a text, this is how the client will see it on their side. When you type in some text into the body or footer or header, the same text will be copied next time you access the 3D Go menu. So we will remember that configuration from your last setting. On the CNC side of things, the cutout operations also have seen some improvements. So if you go to your cut list and you select one of the cutting bits, I'll use this 3/8 compression, the cutout section has now a lead in and lead out checkbox. So if you turn this on, if you check it on for either lead in or lead out or both of them, it will prompt the cutout bit to approach the entry of the part from a different angle as opposed to making it in the same shape as the part. And so if you have, let's say, a compression bit that you want to approach from a different angle so you don't get a little bit of chipping for some more sensitive materials like melamine, you just check this box on. CAD Builder will then calculate automatically the size of the and angle of the lead-in based on your part spacing and will apply it to the toolpath. Now, of course, if you were to check on lead-in, that would necessarily mean your part spacing has to increase to be able to support that lead-in. So if right now your part spacing is, let's say, 0.4 for a 3/8 inch bit, that's not enough space to have a lead-in, and so it will not be active. In other words, CAD Builder will activate it and calculate it automatically and deactivate it if the lead-in is not possible. Here, for example, we have some cutouts of some simple frameless cabinets. And if we look at the entries and exits, we can see the lead in and lead out. Now you can combine this in junction with the ramp in and ramp out, and those will take effect as well to further reduce the chances of any material chipping. As always, you can view our release notes on our website at cadbuildersoftware.com/release notes for a full list of changes. Thank you, and we will see you in the next video.